people screaming, jumping up and down, overreacting for
okay. Why have we got monkey noises? You need. Oh my god, this video is outrageous. That's a good start to the video. Do Twitch streamers deserve to live by Rambo? Bit of a crazy title, but let's see where this video's going. At least it's going to give me a good title, because I can just like put Kaisana deserves to die in the thumbnail, something like that. I've figured out the thumbnail. All right, let's just watch the video. Why is the video in fucking 4:3? This is not doesn't make your video aesthetic. It doesn't make you stand out. It's just fucking jarring. I also think I'm about to get my ears literally blasted off the face. Yeah, okay. Let me guess. I'm gonna. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Live streamers are a representation of a failing society.
Okay. You're gonna have to excuse me. I made out with a extremely... I don't need to describe it. Basically, she was ill, and we made out a lot, so not particularly happy about that. But I'm not sure if I'm 5 seconds into this video, and I've just heard monkey noise. Ooh, okay. This is gonna be a rough one.
Live streamers are a representation of a failing society because no one can exist without stimulation anymore.
Oh, little Goon Corner. Bro, when Goon Corners first came about, I thought it was so niche. And then you would just end up scrolling, because you know when you like too many like videos on your Instagram or whatever, and it just instantly all becomes there. And I was just like overstimulated. Like a Goon Corner is supposed to be like a little surprise, like a little, oh yeah, you know what? But then when it becomes everything, I don't know. It's kind of like finding leaks of, I can't go down that route. Just play the video. He's talking about overstimulation. That's Dream Gal on the right. That is Dream Gal, but you probably can't see it because the video's in 4:3.
When you're brushing your teeth, you're on the phone. When you're in the toilet, you're on the phone. When you're eating your food, you're watching a...
I suppose I am drinking a coffee. I actually try and avoid that. I try and avoid a doom scroll on the toilet. I'm bad though. Thing is, I'm the type of guy that says, oh, I don't have TikTok or Instagram, but then I scroll YouTube Shorts. And it's more cringe to scroll YouTube Shorts than it is TikTok and Instagram. But I find YouTube Shorts, my YouTube Shorts is brain rot, but I can go through certain phases where I can like make my YouTube Shorts just like science or like something that feels, it's never going to be productive scrolling YouTube Shorts, but at least if I can convince myself when I've spent 20 minutes on there that I've actually learned something, rather than just watching like, I don't know, Streamy U clips or some shit. But are these two about to make out? I ain't gonna fucking clue. We're 24 seconds into the video, Jack. Let's not make this an hour-long recording.
YouTube video. And please tell me, have you ever met an actual adult
I have no problem with gay people. I was just caught off guard.
that watches live streamers? The answer is no, you have not. But they're as popular as they ever could be. They're making so much money doing what?
One of the reasons I can't own it.
What kind of take is that? No, I'm not live stream. I'm LARPing like a live stream right now. Actually, wait, no, there's bare people in my chat. Give me a second. Chat. Yo, this guy's takes are outrageous. Nah, that is true, bro. Like, what is this guy saying? Like, I'm just reading my chat over here. Point is, mate, if you bring attention to yourself, like all of these guys that make the millions, and you see Ludwig and he makes millions, they all bring in the attention. That's just how it works. If you own a plumbing company, but you somehow bring in the most attention via the best like word of mouth, good reviews, best website, best Instagram page, like what are we on about? You're an entertainer. If your movie is better and more people like it, you're going to make more money. That's a stupid take.
TV is I've started having this thing where I've become convinced there's something really good on another channel and that I'm missing it. And so instead of watching, I'm scanning anxiously back and forth for this thing.
That is true. I agree with that. That's kind of what happens. I don't use the hub anymore. I'm actually 10 days clean because I went on holiday. I'm going to keep bringing this up. I went on holiday to Croatia and I was away for like 5 days. And in the lead up to it, I didn't goon for like 3 days because I was like, oh, you're going to get a bit of action. Spoiler, I didn't. I just made out with a girl that made me ill. Point is, I haven't gooned in a while, but that's what you would do when you're on like X Hamster, XX Brit, The Hub, RedTube. I would like open a load of tabs and then I would just like pick between them and flip between them, and it's not actually watching it that's giving you the most stimulation. It's the anticipation. It's the It's the anticipation of clicking onto a new video that gives you the dopamine rush. You don't get dopamine. Dopamine isn't like a reward for watching something. It's the anticipatory reward of doing something. Like your biggest dopamine release, if you go on a long run, will be like the last 30 seconds because it knows you're about to complete it. It's the anticipatory of finishing the race, or actually finishing the race. There's lots of endorphins that do come out and hormones that are released when you do complete something, but dopamine itself, I believe, is before. 50 seconds, Jack. Let's come on.
That I think I want, that I don't even know what it is.
YouTube is the new TV. Like literally, statistically, people watch more YouTube videos on their TV.
I would love to be able to see how much, like, you know how you can see your total hours on like Fortnite? I have like 200 days or something, but I haven't played it in ages. I had like 200 days within the first like 2 years, but then I kind of stopped playing. When did I stop playing Fortnite? I stopped playing Fortnite like 2021, 2022, and then I've just dabbled here and there. But mate, if I could see my YouTube screen time, oh, that would not be good. I don't think there is a way to see your YouTube screen time. Put it this way though, I've got a stop browsing playlist, which you can see here, that has 2,587 videos in, because what I tried to do was make a playlist. So instead of like scrolling and stuff on YouTube, I just go to that playlist. But then that's the problem with the, like you just said, the anticipation of what you're going to click on next, is I don't ever go to this playlist because it's not exciting. But if I go to like my homepage, I actually have something on it. You can't see it, like, so it hides like certain things, so I can disable infinite scrolling, I can hide shorts and stuff. I would really recommend that if you're a YouTube addict, because it means I only get these 3 videos, which are low-key seem a bit shit. That's the whole reason I've started doing this, is I have a stream thing, which I was like, okay, I'm just gonna react to them, even though I'm not streaming right now. It's 9:40 in the morning. It's not the most productive thing to do. But if I'm recording a YouTube video whilst watching a YouTube video, it feels more productive. I might start recording myself watching TikTok or like watching YouTube shorts. If I make a video out of something that's productive, no one can tell me different.
People watch more YouTube videos on their TV than Netflix, than cable, and it follows the same psychology of you're missing out if you don't watch these videos. Why would you pay $1,000?
That is one thing about me having TikTok, not having TikTok, is I used to say that, oh, I don't miss out, but TikTok is so ingrained in like our culture now that when my boys were bringing up the eagle meme with the Angry Birds thing with binoculars, and I just didn't understand it, and they were just creating for like 5 minutes, and I was genuinely just like, I've just missed out on that, because, well, to be fair, it means I don't waste like 2 hours a day on TikTok. But for that 5-minute laugh, bro, I felt kind of left out. I did.
For a concert when you could listen to it for free. What's so enticing about
Spotify is not free. If you use Spotify without premium, I don't listen to music that much, to be fair, but Spotify without premium is just a tortureful experience.
Live streaming is that it's happening right now. You are one of the few people that get to experience it right now. It's a conversation about insecurity with time. People have this desperate need to say, I was there. I was one of the first. I was there before it became popular.
I think that's always been a thing though, like gatekeeping. When I was growing up, gatekeeping music was like the biggest thing, and people would like gatekeep artists, and I'm like, I don't really give a shit. If a song's popular, I like it. Put it this way, when I go through like a new album, if a new Drizzy album comes out, if a new Songler album, I don't fucking know, I just pick the most popular ones, I listen to those first, and if I like them, I add them to the playlist. 9 times out of 10, bro, if all the other songs have got 100 million streams and this one's got 2 million, it's because it's fucking ass. Can I just say though, I know there's a lot of younger kids that watch streams, but I think watching streams is way better for you than watching. I mean, it depends I would say YouTube has more like educational content, but let's be honest, none of us really watch. I'll watch like science videos and like space videos and philosophy videos in like the evening, but if I do end up watching something with my tea, although I tend to just watch golf. But my point was, I think watching Twitch streams isn't, obviously if you're spending 6 hours a day throwing all your money at them, but like there's not, if you've ever watched a Twitch stream, you realize things aren't going on all the fucking time, so there's actually a lot of dead space. So in terms of like brain overstimulation, it's actually the best form of content to not ruin your brain, I would say. Probably better than TV.
But what's so gratifying about that? Is that why people convince themselves to watch hours of dog shit?
SpongeBob, why? Why did you set me on fire, SpongeBob? Why didn't you just write your essay? Stop wasting time!
SpongeBob, you and I both know that you're just using me as a distraction so you don't have to write your essay.
Time's up, SpongeBob.
How does one end up in a position where they are addicted to content or addicted to anything? Because they are running away from something and they're using it as a distraction. Content doesn't make people distracted because people would want to be distracted anyway. Everyone is running away from something, and it's way easier to blame companies. Oh my God, they're evil. They're billions of dollars. They're trying to grab my attention, and it's working. But you have self-agency. People, stop pretending you don't have control over your own lives. You get to walk away from the phone, but it's the company's fault. Okay.
They're coming for every second of your life. That's what these companies are coming to. This company as well. And it's not because anyone is bad. It's not because anyone in this company has evil plans or is trying to do this. They're not even doing it consciously. It's because these companies like Twitter and YouTube and Instagram and everything, they went public and they went to shareholders. So they have to grow. Their entire models are based off of growth. They cannot stay stagnant.
I get that, but every company, pretty much every company's goal is to grow. Because if you don't grow, like, I'm not a finance man, all right? I don't really know what I'm on about. But like inflation's the thing. If your company doesn't grow and it stays stagnant and your profits don't increase, obviously there's levels to it. Apple doesn't need to profit another $1 trillion next year to keep up with the fucking markets. They're good. It's a fair point. It's difficult because obviously the companies are farming your attention. There's psychology involved with how they get you to stay on their platforms. Their algorithms are designed for you to spend as much time on there as possible. But it's a dog-eat-dog world, bro. At some point, no one's coming to save you. If I did take one thing from the Top G back in the day, maybe don't whack your girl with a belt and record it, and just don't whack your girl with a belt. Well, I mean, if she was into it. I'm going down a fucking rabbit hole that I don't need to get myself down. Point is, you gotta have some self-control, bro. Everyone has vices. You don't need to beat yourself up about it because, if you're addicted to YouTube, someone else is addicted to smoking, someone's addicted to drinking, but just try and make life as chill as possible. All right, you're gonna mess up sometimes. That's fine. It's normal, but just try and minimize it. If you're gonna go to the pub with the boys, go to the pub with the boys, enjoy it, but just don't maybe drink on your own for like 5-6 nights a week.
YouTube, Twitter grossed $4-5 billion last year. It is in the red. It is unprofitable. It has to get more of you. No matter how nice it's trying to be, it is all that they're trying to get more engagement from you. We used to colonize land. That was the thing you could expand into, and that's where money was to be made. We colonized the entire earth. There was no other place for the businesses and capitalism to expand into, and then they realized human attention. That they are now trying.
Okay, I think there was a bit of a gap in between colonizing land and Instagram reels. But I like his point. I'm just nitpicking.
Trying to colonize every minute of your life. That is what these people are trying to do. Every single free moment you have is a moment you could be looking at your phone and they...
What is my screen time? Obviously, my screen time's a lot worse. I'm a video editor. I'm just doing this. Funnily enough, these videos that get 20 views, they don't allow me to have a sustainable income. However, I don't know what my average screen time on my phone is week. 2-hour daily average, and it's usually just YouTube. I do end up on shorts, to be fair. Some of that's because I listen to podcasts, though. Daily average is 88 pickups. I don't know, is that pretty standard? I don't chat to anyone on my phone. I literally chat to no one. I don't even have an active group chat with the boys, so I've got no excuse to be on my phone.
Could be gathering information to target ads at you. That's what's happening.
Your favorite relatable streamer has made more money in a month than your entire lineage. And think about this. Why are they so celebrated in media, financially? And it's simply because they are a vessel to feed advertisements on your screen. No one chooses to watch an 8-hour live stream of Kai Cenat sleeping, but people do listen to it.
Just realized that's Charlie Kirk. I'll let him cook.
People do have things playing in the background. Go outside and wonder, why is everyone on Starbucks on the phone? Have headphones in? Why is everyone...
Okay, if you're at Starbucks watching/listening to Kai Cenat sleep, what are we doing? Sleep streams, I don't get how. I guess people just lurk, don't they, usually? And like, if you are in a stream while someone's sleeping, don't get me wrong, if I get to the point where I can do fucking subathons and this shit works out, I'm doing subathons, bro. I'll take all the money I can fucking get. I'm not gonna hold off. I want money. I want bread. I want to buy things. Maybe I do want a GT3 RS. All right. I do live in the UK, so it would probably literally die within the first day of using it because it would go in a pothole about the size of your mum's art. But, bro, just chill. What am I doing?
Everyone driving on the phone, listening to music. Why does the gym a place to strengthen your
That's a motive. Listening to music with your friends is so chill. All right, that brings you together. That's literally day one, like human invention for community and bonding. Is we used to sit around a fire and then we would tap things and we'd go, oh, ding-a-ling-a-ling, I don't know why I went into the fucking Vic Star Indian tune. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Listening to music with your boys is, well, or your girls, or a mix of the two, like this situation is chill.
mind and body have so many people distracted. It's as if people aren't even there. When it's time to work out, they're listening to music. When it's time
Music can, like, I just shot myself. Music can get you, like, in a better mood. It releases endorphins. Obviously, if you overspan it, I don't listen to music all the time. Like, when I'm driving, I very rarely listen to music. That's also because, like, the speakers in my Suzuki 08 Suzuki Swift is absolutely fucked, and I can't be asked to set it up with the Bluetooth transmitter that's Chinese, and she's like, Bluetooth connected. But where the fuck was I going with that? The music's good. I don't listen to music that much, but I'm not hating on it. Now, for the people that are walking around all day listening to music, I don't know how you don't get bored. But like, if I put on a bit of funk, a bit of hard style, a bit of rap, a bit of some like emotional Tate McRae or some just like while I'm in the gym, fuck it. I also don't scroll in the gym because I find that embarrassing. It's way too risky to scroll in the gym, bro. I don't know whether that's just my Gooner For You page, but I just was speaking about the Gooner corners earlier. I can't do that in a public space.
take a rest, they're on their phone scrolling. Nobody is ever
No, that's a Photoshop. Where's the shadow? Fucking hell, bro. Just put the earphone on. I know it's a lot more expensive, but to be fair, that's one of the better Photoshops of an earphone that I've done. But it is just, they didn't have the shadows, like the directional lighting. Like, look at where the lighting's coming from on her. My God.
actually here.
At Montgomery, Alabama's Carver High, the morning rush to school is now a morning rush to scroll.
Bars. Straight bars.
People are slaves to their phones, and
I do think phones should be pretty much like banned in school. Obviously, there are elements of it, which is like from a safety concern of things, but kids were always all right in the past. You don't need phones. Like, parents should have access if something happens at school. I don't know. We managed to do it for 20 years. When I was at school, I didn't have a phone until I was 13 or 14. So I live in the UK, so like secondary school, first year. So when I was like a freshman, America, I think. How old are you when you're a freshman? You're like 13, aren't you? Or whatever, like 7th grade or something like that. You would have your phone, but if you got caught with it, you were fucked. No one would be scrolling. Oh, you would scroll before school actually, but as soon as the bell goes, you weren't allowed on it.
I think it is a way bigger problem than any hard drug that can ruin any lives because it's a silent killer. It kills
That, and I agree, that and porn addictions, because they're just easy to do, easy access. Easier the access, more fucked. Like, okay, yeah, you could be a cocaine addict, but it's easier to get away from cocaine than it is to get away from a phone or from the hub. You got a phone, you got a laptop, cool, you can get, to be fair, if you've got a phone or a laptop, you could probably get cocaine, but at least you got to go out your way and spend money to do it. You don't really, well, obviously you have to have the phone in the first place. What I'm trying to say is a phone is easier access than ketamine.
your humanity. It takes away your soul. And I'm being serious here because you're no longer yourself when you're constantly consuming media, watching live streamers. What do? They literally do nothing. Why do people scroll on TikTok? You get nothing out of it. Even after hours of scrolling, you feel like you have just wasted your time. And in reality, you are. There are studies where people don't remember anything after scrolling. People don't.
Yeah, bro, I could not tell. What have I scrolled today? Actually, I watched a load of Joe Bart TikToks. I was watching the was it Cobra Kid or Cobra Dude? You know, the incident where he was like, he got banned like 10 or 11 times and they had the argument about like weed or alcohol, and then they got on the call and like he tried to go to court and like reason himself, and then yeah, that's the only thing I can remember
Anything after watching a live stream because there is no true substance.
Modern men, they strip themselves of their unique identity because they're too busy scrolling, too busy listening to other people.
Bro, Togi is the biggest TikTok addict that I've ever seen. The guy put 500k on PSG, or like $1 million on PSG, because he saw some TikTok edits. It worked for him. He got 1.6 mil, but he can't be. To be fair, I guess you can obviously be an addict of something and guide other people away from it. Like, yeah, all right, I'll let him cook.
People too busy looking up to other people. When they're looking up to Togi, it is Togi's first time being alive. I don't know what's right. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just being myself. And if more young men did that, the world would be a better
That
place.
is genuinely good advice.
I know for a fact many people wake up and it feels like every day they're procrastinating from something, but I don't know what I want, so what can I possibly be procrastinating from? And it's this hidden purpose deep inside you that has been constantly disregarded by all the slop you choose to consume. Think about it. What do you truly want? Is it a Lamborghini? Is it nice cars, a penthouse, a hot girlfriend? Well, it could be one of those, but
Is all of them a good answer? It does make me think, like, people always like, not idolize, what's the word I'm looking for? But they always glamorize like the idea of being a farmer in Japan and living a peaceful life and just having that purpose. I think from the purpose, if it's all you've ever known, then it's all right because it's all you've ever known. But it's hard to live in this world now without knowing of other things. Like, I know of what's going on in fucking Monaco. Never stepped foot in it. I've seen all the Bugattis and the fucking McLarens. I'm also not that arsed about like cars and shit. I would like a nice car, but I really don't care. But then you've got to have something to look up to and look forward to. But then I do think materialistic things are just a bad thing to kind of aim towards. Like, if you can aim towards more like people and social aspects and how you want to help people, it's always going to get you further than like the materialistic thing. And sometimes the materialistic thing can be a better drive. Like, it could be stronger and more like potent for like motivation, but ultimately, if you want consistent motivation over a long time, I think you've got to do it for people and not things, because things are fickle, and when you eventually get that thing, you get bored of it. You can get bored of people, but like if it's family or if it's friends, tends to just mean a lot more. Like with my whole like YouTube shit, that I've been doing this shit for like 5, 6, 7 years. I wouldn't have done this if I wouldn't have like persisted with this if my goal was a Lamborghini or a Porsche GT3 RS. Obviously I would like those things, but it's not the main goal. My main goal is finances, support my family, take them out, do nice things, help my friends, buy a round of like 30 shots for like 3 of my friends and say, boys, it's on me. You know what I mean? I think Joe Rogan said that. He said like the point when you know you're rich and the best level of rich is when you can like go out for a meal with all your boys or all your friends and you can just say, boys, I've got this. It's on me. That's the type of rich you want to be able to be. You don't need to do anything flashy. Just knowing you can help out your friends here and there, spot them, whatever.
I know
Oh my god, we're 6 minutes into this video. How long have I been waffling for? This video is half an hour long. Fuck.
for a fact it isn't all of them. Most of the things that you want are constantly being told to you. You want to have a good degree. You want to have a good job. You want X, Y, and Z. But is that what you truly want? No. A lot of social
So what is this anime? This looks fucking hard.
media is pushing their own ideals onto you, and subconsciously you assume, well, everyone wants this, so I must want it too. You don't know what you want, and deep down you feel like every day is a sort of procrastination and running away from a true.
The simplest way I know what I want, and the way I keep going with something like that doesn't work, like I just said, I've been doing YouTube for ages, and I've had some success on like different channels, but not to the point where I'm doing anything full time. I mean, it's managed to get me to the point where I can now video edit for people, and that's given me the stability now, which, can I just say some advice? Please get something stable before you try a long graft of YouTube, because you might get lucky, it might work out in 6 months, but you are not going to build a foundation for yourself. Get something stable coming out of school, whatever it is. If you're working already, have that, and then just figure out, right, how can I put an hour, maybe 2 hours of work on top of this so it doesn't burn you out? I used to be one of those people, burnout doesn't exist, work harder, blah, blah, blah. It does, bro. And it catches up to you, and it catches up to you not in little bits, in one big hit, and then you go, fuck, do I even want to do this again? But I just think, do the test, get to the end of the week, sit in your room, no stimulation, for like, sit in your bed for like an hour before you go to bed, and just think, right, what's on my mind right now? What would I want to do next week? And for me, that's always YouTube videos, bro, streaming. And so that's why I keep working towards bit by bit. One day, bro, one day we'll be there. Or not.
Goal, because you are, and you haven't given yourself enough time to figure out who you are yet. So stop scrolling, stop watching live streamers. It is so sad.
These days, We hear music all the time. It wakes us up, it motivates our workouts, keeps us company on our commutes. It doesn't matter what kind of music it is, music itself has the ability to affect our moods and our bodies in all sorts of ways. We nod our heads, we sway, we dance. Music can give us chills, even make us cry.
Music feels like one of the greatest inventions because when you listen to a good song, it feels like it was always meant to be there. Biologically, how could we exist without a good song? But what people forget is that music makes you feel emotions. But what happens when you're feeling happy, life is going well, and your favorite song is about some depressed dude talking about how his girlfriend cheated on him? Well, you're going to feel the emotion of the song, and it distracts you from your true self. This is what I mean when content takes away your humanity, your soul.
This is how you make a viral video. All you have to do is create a visceral response in the viewer. Like, they have to feel happy, they have to feel amazed, they have to feel shocked.
Do you guys feel amazed by this video? He's not wrong. That's actually good advice.
They have to feel angry. They just have to feel something. For something.
That's why thumbnails and titles, lean into clickbait so much, is because it's the first thing you see and you need to trigger someone's emotion. And usually the easiest emotion to trigger is anger, hence rage bait in a lot of thumbnails. Probably what I did in this one. Actually, what is my thumbnail for this? I've already made it. Yeah, there we go. I made these yesterday, so I forgot what this thumbnail was. This is going to piss some people off. But then you get into the video, you either like me, you don't, you get rage baited, you don't, you understand what I'm going with. Can't. That is an absolutely crazy. Oh, let's hope this video blows because of it.
They have to feel amazed, they have to feel shocked, they have to feel angry. They just have to feel something. For something to be remarkable, it needs to be able to be remarked about. No one shares a video they don't finish watching.
The reason why AI music, AI art is not appreciated, even though it can be good, is because there's the layer of there's no one that actually made it. I can't feel anything if I am told there is no heart into it. And you can slowly realize that there is no feelings anymore. After a day full of scrolling, after listening to so much music constantly, it devalues the emotion you normally would feel from an amazing song. But because you're listening to that song and you're constantly scrolling, it all feels the same now.
I do really recommend that, like driving, doing certain things without music. Like in the gym, I'll obviously listen to my own music because they're already playing dead fucking radio tunes anyway. Sometimes I've been without, and sometimes you can like lock in, but it's just better. Just listen to music in the gym, bro. But for something like driving or like in the shower, something that's quite meditative where you're like, your mind can wander, I think you should go without music. Because I used to have some of my best ideas when I used to drive to work. I used to have like a half an hour commute every day. And after a little while, I just stopped listening to music because I got bored of it. It was annoying. I was leaving at like 6:30 in the morning. I don't want to listen to music at 6:30 in the morning. So I would just drive in silence and I'd have all of these ideas and I'd write them down and I'd eventually go do them. None of them really worked out, but it got me to where I am today. So,
and it slowly grays out your life. If you guys don't know, this is literally an addiction. People who overconsume something that gives them a lot of satisfaction and dopamine, they no longer feel like anything is worth doing other than that thing that made them feel good, but it made them feel bad in the first place.
Experience of watching at home, I think, you know, you're watching in a room, the lights are on, other shit's going on, the kids are running around, the dogs are running around, whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's just a very different level of attention that you're willing to, or that you're able to give to it. And that has a big effect. And it also ends up having an effect, or is starting to have an effect on how you make movies. Like, for instance, Netflix, you know, the standard way to make an action movie that we learned was, you know, you usually have like 3 set pieces, one in the first act, one in the second, and one in the third. And, you know, they kind of ramp up, and the big one with all the explosions, and you spend most of your money on that one in the third act. That's your kind of finale. And now they're like, can we get a big one in the first 5 minutes to get somebody, you know, we want people to stay tuned in. And, you know, it wouldn't be terrible if you reiterated the plot 3 or 4 times in the dialogue, because people are on their phones while they're...
I don't watch an awful lot on Netflix, but I noticed that a lot. The last show I would have watched would have been, well, the last new show, because I've watched Dexter recently, but obviously that was before the whole, you know, narration of what's going over on the plot. But Stranger Things, oh my God. I'm not like a massive hater of Stranger Things season 5. Obviously, there was a lot of things that were shit with it, but my god, every episode would just start off with them explaining the plan of the episode, and like a team up sequence wouldn't just be like, oh, picking up all the things and treating us as like a, you know, somewhat able viewer. It's just, oh, we're gonna do this, then we're gonna do that, then this is good. Oh, and it's just frustrating.
Watching, you know what I mean?
Oh, no.
And so then it's going to really start to infringe on
Creatively.
Nobody respects movies anymore. AMC used to be worth $31 billion, and now they're less than $2. This is an obvious shift of how people consume content. It's no longer about its artistic vision, its story, but instead the visceral reaction and feeling something gives you. The most popular show on Netflix is not art, but instead a TV show, drama about neighbors, people beefing with each other, murderers. If you check the algorithms, it's live streamers crashing.
I can't remember who had the take. I think it was Much Critical. Driving in cars should be illegal. Nice one, Jack. Streaming in cars, there's a fine line, and I think when it's set up like Emily's got it here, where you know she's got the camera and then the chat, she's like looking at the chat. So dumb. I think it's a little bit different when they've got like, I don't know if you've got like Lays and Ron, and Lays is recording Ron whilst driving, but you can see he's like focused on the road. He's on the road. He's not looking at a phone. Obviously, he does look to the camera, so it's like, where do you draw the line? This was just fucking stupid driving.
People screaming, jumping up and down, overreacting.
Okay, why have we got monkey noises? You need to, oh my god, this video is outrageous.
Sake, you scroll on TikTok, there's cops videos where,
and no, I'm not just, it's just, you know what, it's not even worth it.
It's people screaming, crying, dying. Everything is meant to create a visceral reaction out of you. And when everything is so overly emotional and that's all you consume, nothing means anything anymore in the real life. This is what I mean when content takes away your humanity and soul. People have a real addiction to this. They cannot stop watching some.
Can I just say, I hate that fucking spider logo. I'm sorry. I know it's classic, but like it looks like a beetle, bro. That shit does not look like a spider in any way, shape, or form. Like the Andrew Garfield spider. Oh my god, that shit makes me burst.
Shitty TV show about neighbors. Oh my god, she killed my cat and then she raped my dog.
The longer you wait, the safer your dream becomes. As long as the business never starts, it could still succeed. As long as the book never gets written, it could still be brilliant. As long as the relationship never begins, it could still be perfect.
Ooh, that one hit home. Never been in a relationship, 20 years old. Cheers, bro. Cheers for reminding me.
That's the doorway. It keeps your dream safe from reality. And some people spend their whole lives there.
Why do we need 2 sets of text? That is like literally 101 worst sort of short form content possible. You've got 3 focuses. You've got text at the top, text at the bottom. The text at the bottom's okay because it's near the mouth of the person which you're looking.
This is dangerous living.
Wouldn't it be safer if you did nothing for the rest of your life? You listen to what people tell you to do because that's the safe option. They're telling you out of goodwill and advice. Wouldn't it be safer to not do what you want to do? Because if you start to begin and you try your hardest and fail, that means you were never enough. The thing is, people constantly scroll and watch live streams and all these videos because they're actively trying to find answers. In every single video, they try to provide value, and that's why you continue to watch. If there's value, you stay. But the problem is, you choosing to watch those videos that have value is actively depriving yourself from actual value in your own life. What I'm trying to say is you find the most valuable answers in the parts that are the most difficult. And if you're constantly consuming content to avoid the difficultness, all you're doing is living a dangerous life.
Yeah, well, it's a cope. It's and 100% it's a cope. But I think it's very human to cope. You can't sit with your thoughts all the fucking time. I think there's like a pendulum with what we've done. It's like in how like time goes. It's like, oh, okay, you distract yourself. Oh no, you need to meditate 10 hours a day. Oh no, you need to have some hobbies. Distract you. It's like obviously balance is a stupid word to use in this situation, but you need to have time to think. You need to have time to chill out. You need to have time For your brain to just mong out, you need to be busy. I think it's just the overthinking of what you need to do, and we all do it, but that's the part that kills you, is overthinking every single little step. If you mess up one day and you spend too long, cool. Maybe just try and drop it a little bit the next day and try and do something more purposeful. But it's difficult, bro. Life's not perfect. Life is not perfect. Not for me, at least. Don't know about you lot.
Life you don't want to live. And this is not just about you. It's a reminder for myself.
We always talk about, I have unconditional love. Unconditional love is, we don't even know it. Because if a person stops stimulating us, we stop loving them. You're not interesting to talk to anymore. Goodbye. But that real love that sometimes is difficult to have, that's that love.
In this context,
Yeah, I mean, I do believe relationships are somewhat, especially early days, are somewhat transactional. Whether or not it's romantic or it's a friendship, they are transactional, not in like a money sense, but in like a, you provide value to me, you make me feel whatever. I don't need to describe like all the values that you get out of a relationship, but to an extent, yes, I think there's like a level of unconditional love that you should have for a person, and you need to learn that love gets boring and it goes through dips and troughs. Dips and troughs, those are the same things, aren't they? Dips and peaks, I think is the word I'm trying to use. But I mean, if you're dragging that shit, just, you gotta part ways, bro. You gotta part ways. I don't know, don't take fucking relationship advice from me.
He's talking about relationships and your love for another person.
I think he got copyright striked on this video because he's had to mute the audio and his thing sounds awful.
But if you shift the perspective, it can be about yourself. Many people don't love themselves enough, and how they treat themselves is they constantly need some sort of stimulation. When is the last time you brushed your teeth without a phone? When's the last
This morning. Do you go on your phone while you brush your teeth? I stand in the sun because I do it first thing in the morning. I'll brush my teeth and I'll stand in the sun, I'll spin it out, and then I'll usually take like a little walk up and down, and then I end up sitting and watching fucking YouTube at 10 o'clock in the morning.
time you ate food with no one sitting right next to you, with no video being played, and you
Bro, eating with people is so much better than eating. Don't get me wrong, eating and watching YouTube sometimes is unreal, but like when you're eating, although saying that, I don't eat and talk. I kind of just eat, sit in silence whilst I'm eating, and then I'll chat after. I can't talk midway through eating.
just trying to savor the meal. I bet for many people it's been a long time. Realistically, you need the phone when you're taking a shit because it'll feel like you're doing nothing, you're wasting your time. But remind yourself you're actively running away from the silence. And what's so scary about no noise being made? What's so scary about absolutely nothing? Well, you're scared because your thoughts will finally bubble up in all of the silence and you'll have to confront everything. I made a very detailed video about this.
You know, a lot of people say, my best shots are in the shower. Shower thoughts. The only reason shower thoughts are a thing is because that's the only time in the day most people aren't distracted by something significant.
That's so facts, by the way. Togi's had 2 insanely good takes in this video. But yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean about driving. You just sit with your thoughts and you end up doing it. And I'm kind of confused how people don't do that more. I feel like I allow myself the opportunity to do that a lot. But like, don't get me wrong, I still have bad scrolling habits. But even just, again, going back to the car thing, I have all my thoughts in the car. I have all my thoughts in the shower. Like, just give yourself 20 minutes a day to have those thoughts. Get open a notes app on your phone and just put it as ideas and just write down whatever comes to mind.
Just water over you and then you're thinking for 5 minutes. And you have incredible ideas in just that 5 minutes. Imagine if you gave it more time.
Like, subscribe, check out the school community for philosophy content, check out the Patreon for more content like this, but not edited. Toodly-doo.
Toodly-doo. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, that was a good video. It had some interesting points, but I didn't mind it. Unending Scroll versus outrageously audacious title. Yeah, fairs. I don't have shower thought because I never shower. Sick. I miss when Twitch was dominated by gaming creators instead of streaming in the just chatting category. The just chatting streamers are clearly in it for the money and the fame. The streamers in the gaming category simply did it because they wanted to share their hobby with others. I mean, I think to an extent that's true, but then there's also a lot of people that in the just chatting category that, well, they want to just do things. Like, not everyone enjoys gaming. There's good and bad in every category, bruh. In like every form of streaming, you've got some reaction streamers. I'm not a streamer, but I mean, come on, boys. I've turned a 14-minute video into a 47-minute long recording. Okay, I think I've added a little bit more value to this content than Sniper Wolf might have. But it's all different. There's gaming creators that were just in it for the money. There's gaming creators that did it because they were fun. When you're beating it, you're on your phone. Yeah, that's actually another one. You should actually beat your meat without being on your phone. I'd like just a ceiling goon. Trust me, bro. Sometimes those are the best. Those are because you just have like a transcendent experience. Your legs start shaking because you're just so focused on the nut instead of something on your screen. Trust me, try it. If I can recommend one thing to you, it also helps you stop being it, because it's not really the gooning part that's bad, it's the watching part that's bad. And if you can get rid of that, you'll feel 10 times better. Anyway, I need to fucking figure some shit out. So, in a bit. Okay, this will be going at the end of the video. Did it actually record? Because, oh my god, I've just recorded for 40 minutes, and if this did not... Is the audio okay? But it just saves me from, like, endless... Oh my god, it's fine. Okay, thank god. I hate doing that after every recording, but it's got to be done. Oh my god, bro. Imagine if a 50-minute fucking recording... You don't know the struggle of being a content creator.